Straight out the trap house. At school we got packed down. I raised in the dog pound, so I'm reading them doors out. See the happy get written down. Real talk, we gon' shoot it out. I raised on EBT, now I'm counting up bands now. Straight out the trap house. At school we got packed down. I raised in the dog pound.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl TampaMystic, and we're back with the industry's most wanted podcast.
Wanted.
Big industry's most wanted. I heard we got Dallas checking in. What's going on? Shi Wade in the building.
Shi Wade.
Shi Wade, my bad. I already got it wrong out the gate. Shi Wade in the building. My apologies. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here.
You too, Miss Tampa.
Yes. So listen, we got a lot to talk about. I know you recently put a project out. You got a record with my big homie, Coca Vango. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But without further ado, go ahead and give us that official introduction. Who is Shi Wade?
Shi Wade. I'm a music artist. I do ghetto blues music. I created a genre for myself.
Okay.
I'm from Michigan, but I'm located in Dallas, Texas. You know, like I just do this.
You just working.
Yeah, I'm just working.
And she came in here with some really good energy, y'all. You know I'm big on that. I'm big on positive energy, positive vibes, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to J Fresh Beats in the building. I mean, he's just more, this DJ, J Fresh, all that, you know, behind the lens, you know what I'm saying? So you originally from Michigan.
Yeah, I'm originally from Michigan.
You was there until about what age?
I was there up until like 2019, and then I moved to Dallas, and I started getting into music there.
Okay. So moving to Dallas was the inspiration for doing music?
I had it. Growing up, I always did music. Like, I was in a music group with my sisters, and, you know, my dad, he had us in like something like the Jackson 5, but with females. So I always did music back home, you know, from recording in Detroit, Michigan to, you know, I just always been in a group. And then I kind of like veered off for a little bit.
Yeah.
And got into my own thing. And
understood.
When I got back to Dallas, when I got moved to Dallas, the music scene out there was just like.
It's popping.
Yeah, it's popping. And then like music kind of saved my life. So I just got back into music.
Absolutely.
That's how I express myself. How I get my pain out, what I'm dealing with.
Right.
Music. And it just became like a little something to do, you know?
Music is definitely that universal language. Like whatever you're talking about in your music, there's people out there, men or women, who are going to be able to relate to it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I learned how to express myself through music.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what I love to do, but I invite everybody else in so they get to hear me, but this is something I like to do.
Absolutely. So when you got to Dallas is when you started doing it more on the solo tip?
Yeah, I started doing it on the solo tip when I got to Dallas. Actually, I started taking music seriously when I got to Dallas.
So let's talk about that. You know, you said growing up, your dad always had you involved in, you know, like with your sisters, your siblings and stuff? Yeah. Okay. How was that transition going from working like basically in a group type setting to doing this by yourself?
Well, at that time, being in a group type setting, we was only like in elementary, so 4th, 5th grade. My sisters knew they didn't really have a passion for music. I just fell in love with it. I just love music. Everything, music to write, just to, you know, I just had a passion for it.
Absolutely.
Different. So transitioning and doing it solo, it was just like one of them decisions. Like, I came into this world alone. I might leave alone. I gotta chase my dreams alone.
For real.
I can't wait on nobody else.
Absolutely. Family or not, like when it comes to this, your passion, it's never personal. It's business.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you know,
really is.
And sometimes you have to eliminate certain people from the business side of it. They're still cool with you personally.
Yeah.
But they just can't come along on your journey because they may not see it the way you do.
Right, right. But they, you know, they still support, you know.
Of course. Absolutely.
They still spin my music back home, you know. They send me videos all the time of like the clubs and the parties, everybody playing my music.
That's
they know
a
my
blessing.
song word for word. I'm like, yes.
What part of Michigan?
So I'm from north of Detroit, a small city called Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw, yeah. I've definitely heard of it. Never been there. I've heard of it. So do they gain a lot of influence from Detroit? Because I know Detroit's a big music city.
I would say so. I think that most of the cities around Detroit gain an influence from the sound.
Yeah.
Because it's something like, you know, Motown is there. It's something like
absolutely.
All we as Michigan, we stand for
absolutely.
Motown. So it'll be a lie to say no. They
yeah.
And so it's, you know, the sound definitely comes from like Detroit and surrounding cities. But for me, I would say my sound a little different because I was inspired by Dallas. You know, Texas being down south, I got a feel of artists from down south.
Anybody in particular that you care to name?
Yeah.
Pay that homage.
My favorite artist of all time, hands down, would be Mo3. Rest in peace to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's who inspired me with the sound, like switching up my sound and doing something different, you know.
Yeah, let's talk about your sound. Ghetto Blues is how you would describe your sound.
Yeah, Ghetto Blues. I tell real life stories from the hood, real life stories that people can, like regular people can relate to, that people fear telling, you know?
Yeah. So with that being said, talk to us about your creative process. I always like to understand, everybody's a little different, how your music comes together, you know, and it could be, you know, vary from song to song, but do you normally write? Do you just get in the studio and just kind of come up with your lyrics? How does your music come together?
I'm going to be honest. I'm an emotional creature.
We're women. We very emotional. I know y'all fellas understand that. We so emotional.
So I'm one of those people who just like, I could be in a room and everybody could be talking, but a lyric come to my head.
Yeah.
And I just start writing right then and there. And like, or like, I could be in a, depending on my mood, that's how the music is going to come out.
Yeah, understood.
So I'm one of those artists. I'm just emotional with my music. So I prefer to write. Because I told you, music is my therapy.
Right.
So that is how I express myself. That's how I get out anything I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So I prefer to write by myself.
Yeah.
Like when I'm by myself and just vibe.
Absolutely. And I hear a lot of artists, they express that when they're in the studio, they even like to be just maybe them and the engineer. They don't like a bunch of people in there distracting them in their ear about doing this, doing that.
Oh, I hate that. That is definitely me. I don't like a lot of people in the studio with me.
Yeah. Understood. I respect it.
Yeah, because on top of like being a music artist, I do suffer from anxiety. So I'm already critiquing myself.
Nah, for real.
So
I get it. We as women are like that though. I can't speak for the fellas, but we as women, we're our biggest critic for sure.
Absolutely. So I'd be like, I don't like a lot of people in the studio with me telling me how to do my music.
Right.
When I was writing it, I wrote it for me.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people don't understand that when I say I write for me and I just allow other people to enjoy what I write.
Yeah.
Because they can relate to it. That's what it is.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm still writing this for my therapy. So I hate when I'm in the studio and recording and somebody else comes in and be like, do this, do that.
No, for real. I think it's so important, you know, artists, you know, I can't tell them what to do, but the least amount of people you can have in your ear when you're in your creative space, I think the better.
Yeah,
That way you can give them 100% you.
Yeah, because it's like, and you just comfortable. You're just comfortable.
Right.
Know? So, yeah.
Let's talk about being a female in this business. You know, I think it's a beautiful thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Because women, we can stand out in this male-dominated industry.
Yeah, I feel like as women, from the generation like before, from, you know, when Nicki came out and things like that, I feel like now where we are as women in the music industry, we really have stepped up our game.
Absolutely.
Because there's so many women are on top right now in the industry. Right. So, you know, you got artists like Glorilla who just sweeping the streets right now.
She sure is. Big shout out to her for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Glow. Yeah, she just sweeping the streets right now. And it's like, you know, right now in the day and age we are in now, we just really got a voice of our own, you know.
Yeah.
And then with the music industry for so long was a male-dominated industry.
Right.
So it's like to be able to have that pathway to be able to stand on our own as women, you know, and women empowerment and just to move together.
Absolutely.
And support each other. So it's like, yeah.
People are paying more attention now, I think.
Yeah.
You know, women got something to say.
Yeah.
Y'all better listen.
Yeah, I'm seeing more women engineers.
Yes.
Producers.
Yes.
DJs. And it's like, I'd rather have a woman engineer because the energy in the studio different.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what producer you go to.
Of course, absolutely,
you know,
understood.
So yeah.
No, and you know, not only that, women just feel more comfortable being a little bit more vulnerable around another woman.
Yeah, cause when I be in the studio, man, I'm on guard.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on guard. I let them know, like, I'm that one. Don't try me.
No, for real, exactly. And like I said, us as women, we're emotional.
Yeah.
We tend to be a little bit more vulnerable, especially when you're in your creative space. So you want to be at your highest comfort level.
Yeah, definitely. Want to be comfortable in the studio.
Right, most definitely. So since you've been to Dallas, you've been there for a couple years now. You said since 2019.
Well, since 2019, back and forth. Remember, I told you I travel a lot.
Yes.
So, I'll go from to work on a project in Dallas, especially when I get into like this creative space where it's like I just want to be alone. So I find my peace in quieter places, or rather, if I'm trying to be, depending on the mood I'm in, I'll find my peace writing in a more upbeat city or something.
Absolutely.
So I just travel doing music, and with Dallas, it's just I just be back and forth from Detroit to Dallas to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I just travel a lot.
What's your favorite getaway spot, whether it be a city or a particular place you go, for that peace of mind? Because we all have to have a little getaway from time to time. What is that for you?
I really like the beach.
Do you? Okay.
Back home, we got a Belle Isle Island.
Yeah.
It's like in between Detroit. It's in Detroit, and then it's like you can see Canada from there.
That is beautiful.
So, like the beach is a good spot to go and just sit on Belle Isle Island. Just vibe out, just catch the energy.
You ever went out there and wrote something?
Yeah, yeah.
Few times.
I definitely go out there whenever I'm in the city. I definitely go to Belle Isle Island.
Yeah.
So,
that's a go-to spot for you.
Definitely a go-to.
Since you've been, going back and forth to Dallas, and you're living out there now, right?
Yeah.
What's been like that highlight moment so far that Dallas has shown to you? Like a big moment, whether it be a performance you did or something like that?
So I would say a big moment for me in my career with Dallas has been like being able to work with 3 and being able to open up for Polo G.
Okay.
And things like that. And just like having all the creators around Dallas to tap in with me.
Yeah.
Like, people that I grew up watching on TV, like from Right Cheek and Left Cheek.
Yeah.
I grew up watching them. It's like I run into them and they're like, Shi Wade.
That's
like,
so dope.
They it's like I grew up watching y'all on TV, and it's like I run into y'all, and
they know you by name.
They know me by
That's
name,
so
and
beautiful.
they know my music, and it's like, wow, like you know my music.
Absolutely, and that just that's confirmation that you're absolutely doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So you've been doing music since a child.
Yep, since a child, I've been doing music. I created Ghetto Blues throughout the pandemic, so I really call myself a pandemic artist because that's when I popped out.
That's when you really popped out.
When I really popped out and I really started taking music seriously.
So as a child, when you were doing music, like you said with your siblings, was it more because you were made to do it?
Yeah, yeah. My dad's from Detroit, Michigan. He was a underground rapper.
Okay.
So he would have me and my
He's
sisters.
like, oh yeah, my girl's gonna be superstars.
Yeah, he would have us on his tracks, on his music.
Oh, for real?
Like, yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
I didn't enjoy the long nights and still having to do dance moves and still having to wake up for school.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot for kids, but we still pushed through. So.
But shout out to him too, because it sounds like because of him getting you involved, now it's really become a passion for you.
Yeah, yep.
What was that transition, from, doing it because maybe you felt you had to when you just decided, you know what, I really enjoy doing this. This is something I love. I really want to take this as a business. What was that turning point for you?
When I was living in Dallas in 2019, I moved to Dallas with a couple $100 for real, and then I moved out there.
In a big dream.
In a big dream.
Yeah.
I just had a dream, and I had entered this low space in my life to where I experienced homelessness in Dallas.
Oh wow.
So writing was my out. That was my way out, but it made a way for me. So that's when I realized I wanted to do music for good. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to do this,
So let's talk about that a little bit, if you don't mind, because I think that we all go through struggles, some bigger than others, but we need to talk about it. A lot of times when we're going through it, we don't want to talk about it because we may feel ashamed or we don't want people to judge us. But once we make it through the struggle, it's important for us to talk about it because it could potentially help someone else. How did you overcome that situation?
Music had played a big part in it, and then like I found this it's really the people we surround ourselves with. You know, I had a big dream. I still got a big dream. I got a big dream. I can't have people with small mindsets around me.
Right.
And leeching energy suckers. So that's what I had to realize, that I'm on a different, God blessed me with a different gift than everybody else.
Absolutely.
And I'm on a different level. And the moment I realized that, that's when my life started to change for the better.
Absolutely, because we all have a gift. Some people have multiple gifts. Like you said, once you really realize what that was for you, what God gave to you, there's no stopping you now.
Yeah, no stopping me. I'm going to keep going.
She's a savage, y'all.
My last breath.
So let's talk about this single that you got with Coca Vango. It's called TrapHouse.
Yep, TrapHouse.
All right. So first and foremost, shout out to my dog, Coca Vango. Known him for a long time. He's a good dude. One thing I just want to say about him is not only does he make good music, but he's just a humble spirit, which I'm sure you know. You've been around him.
Yeah, he called me the superstar. Every time, what's up, superstar?
And he like just stays out of the way. And I like that about him. He's not a controversial type person. He just
very humble. He's
humble. He knows his purpose here.
And talented with music. He's talented with music, and I actually during our video shoot, I asked him a few questions.
Okay,
he's just honest with me, you know.
Yeah,
like, from artist to artist.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like, I just love running into people like that.
Me too. It's rare in this business.
It is, because I ran into some celebrities. I ain't gonna say no names, but here in Atlanta, like when I was going through my phase of becoming me, I ran into some celebrities that I looked up to, and one in particular, I'm not gonna say his name, but I asked him for a picture. I stood outside a restaurant for like at least an hour and a half.
Yeah,
and it took me a lot of courage to
ask
him for a picture, and he was like, "No, I'm eating," or no, he was like, "No, I'm eating. You're gonna have to wait." And I waited. I still didn't get the picture.
You know, just ever so slightly on that, the sad part about this business is a lot of people that we are fans of. Yeah. When we find out who they really are, we're not so much of a fan anymore, just because they have such an ugly personality.
Yeah, and it could be contributed to the day that he was having, but it's like,
bro, you could have took that time to take the photo. I don't want to hear that. She's beautiful. Stop tripping, because she gonna be bigger than you one day. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna be asking you for a photo.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to remind him.
Right. We're going to play this interview for him. So the record that you got, how did you decide Coca Vango was the person that you wanted to put on there?
I really was a fan of his music. I like his music. I like his sound. I listened to a few of his tracks, and I'm like, a couple of his tracks I know. And I just liked his music, and I felt like he was the right artist for the song. Yeah. Because of his sound and my sound, they kind of meshed together.
Right,
like,
absolutely.
He really complimented the song. Like, it was missing something. And when he came on the check, he was like, yeah, you gave what it was missing.
I know that's right.
So shout out to Coca Vango.
So was the song already out as a solo record, and then you decided to bring him on?
No, it was a part of my project, Ghetto Blues. Okay. So I put together a project of about 11 songs. It's my first project.
Which released this summer?
Yes. Okay. Ghetto Blues released this summer, and it was actually my first project, and that song in particular, like I recorded it, and it was missing something. Yeah. So it was him. Yeah, it was missing Coca Vango.
I know that's right. So let's talk about the project itself, because when you put a full body of work together, it takes a lot of everything: time, money, energy, patience, this, that, and the third. From start to finish, how long did it take you to complete that project?
With the help of my manager, it would have took me longer if it wasn't for my manager. Shout out to Louis. It would have took me longer. So it took me, I would say, from start to finish, I would say about 6 months.
That's not bad, though.
But deciding the right songs, because I write 3 hooks a day. I'm an artist.
Do you like literally keep like a tablet of them, like, or something, so you can go back and reference them?
I keep them all in my phone.
Yeah.
I'm very a millennial. I keep them all in my phone, and I record myself singing them.
Okay.
So I can always refer back to the melody.
How
and the
you
mood.
want to say it.
Yeah, the mood I was feeling in that moment when I wrote that hook.
Yeah.
So because I had so many hooks and so many songs already written, it was like more of trying to decipher which songs was right for the project.
Right, absolutely, because based upon the vibe of the project, you got to pick the right songs for it.
Yeah.
How did you narrow it down to the ones that are on there? Did your team help you out?
Yeah, they definitely did. Shout out to Louis, Jetta Sky.
Shout out to Jetta
Mizzy.
Sky.
Yes,
That's
Jetta
my girl.
Sky. I love Jetta. Jetta is a big part of my life.
She's
Yeah,
she's so phenomenal. I met her probably shortly after I moved here. She used to come to a lot of the events I was doing to support and show love. Like, she's so genuine.
Yeah, she is. You know, and I worked with her for a minute too.
That's awesome.
For about a year.
Yeah.
She helped with artist development.
That's amazing. She's really good with that, and she's done that with a lot of artists, you know,
Yes.
other artists that she's worked with, and her and I got brought even closer together because we had a mutual friend that passed a couple years ago, and
Sorry about you.
yeah, like it was crazy, and it's just, you know, Jetta Sky is just one of them just people that you want to keep near and dear to your heart.
Man, energy.
Yeah.
Energy is, how you said, I'm
Yeah.
big on energy.
Me too, yeah.
Manifestation, I'm a believer in.
All
Everybody on
that.
the track is we manifest. So yeah, her energy is everything.
Absolutely. So having those people around you helped you narrow the songs down. How many
Yeah.
songs are on the project?
It's about 11.
Okay.
I mean, there were some songs I had picked out, and Louis and Jetta, no, that's not going.
That's not going to work on the project.
We're not doing that. So,
But you need people around you that are going to keep it all the way G with you and say, no, that's a good song, but it doesn't fit the vibe of the project.
Yeah, yep, and I appreciate that coming from them,
Right.
Because some people try to offer their opinion, and it come off as like they try to critique you too much.
Right, absolutely.
You know?
And it almost becomes offensive.
Yeah, like
You know?
people don't understand that it's a way in because I'm an artist. What
And you're,
Erica say,
you're
I'm
sensitive about
my,
your ish, right?
you know.
Nah, for real. Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm sensitive. So they, as my my team, my music managers, they knew how to approach me.
Absolutely.
And how to say, we're gonna remove this song. I know you're passionate about this song, but this don't fit the project.
Right, absolutely. You know, there's a way to do it without insulting someone or making them feel bad about, you know, whatever it may be, you know. So with that being said, the people that have been listening to it, tell us about the feedback you've been getting so far.
Feedback I've been getting, TrapHouse has been like one of the ones they love the most. I would say TrapHouse. How did my mind just went somewhere. I've been getting a lot of feedback. Talk to You was a song that I wrote for the youth.
Okay.
It's like where I just wanted to talk to the youth. Like,
Love it. I love that.
you
They
know.
need that very strongly.
Yeah, and then I did another song with Coca out of Dallas.
Okay.
A Dallas artist. And they really like that song that I did. So I've been getting some good feedback for the first project I did. Just from like different bloggers and from fans. And it's like me, I'm a humble individual.
Yeah,
It's like
I could tell.
I didn't know that people really love me like that, you know, until like seeing the feedback, seeing the numbers, being able to the numbers speak for themselves, and it's like organic.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, as artists, we work on a budget, especially when you're independent.
No,
so
for real. Exactly. It's an
lot of-
expensive business.
Yeah, it is very expensive. So
But it goes back to the example that you gave of there was a particular artist that you were a fan of, and you waited outside to get that photo, and he just basically pushed you away.
yeah, it blew me off.
It goes back to that, like you said, because you have such a humble spirit, it's deeper than the music. People will really resonate with you as a person.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we love her music, but we love her as a person.
Yeah,
You know, it's deeper than that.
definitely deeper than music.
You want to be the person that, you know, you want to see in other people.
Right.
You don't want to be that person that pushes someone away that wants to take a photo because they're a fan of yours.
Right.
I'm gonna keep on that because I'm gonna find out who it is. I'm just playing.
And I think with everything that's going on in the music industry, with so many artists, you know, the demise of so many artists,
unbelievable.
I think that we as music artists now have a bigger influence on our communities,
right,
now more than ever. So
totally agreed.
So, yeah.
It and a lot of it just comes from, you know, because you have a voice, and there are other young ladies out there and young men that are going to be listening to your music and looking up to you. So it's up to you of what you put out there.
Right.
I just watched a new episode today. 50 Cent has a new show called Hip Hop Homicide. And
I seen the
with Pop Smoke, and I'm like, you know, it's just sad that that type of show even had to even come out. It was a great show, and it's going to shed light on a lot of things, but at the same time, it's like, man, you know, it's tough out here.
Yeah, and shout out to 50 because like that with the show, and somebody got to say it.
Somebody has to say it.
If not you, then who?
Somebody's got to take a stand and say it.
And somebody with his type of caliber and his type of voice and his type of influence, it was perfect for him to be the one to say it because he experienced a near death situation.
Exactly.
You know, getting shot and things like that. So he's very influential to our community, entertainment, to the entertainment
Absolutely.
world. He's very influential. So his voice matters a lot.
Definitely. And yours does as well, because I heard you mention that you have a song where you're talking to the youth.
Yeah, I Talk to You. I actually wrote that song originally wrote it for my brother because it was going in the wrong direction. And I'm like, you know what, as I'm writing it and I'm seeing like people, like as I'm like writing it and I perform it to people, I see them cry. And
Man,
it's
like, heartfelt.
Yeah, and it's like I knew like this song was meant for the youth, like just to be able to speak out because I've been there. I've done things. I've done things in my past.
We all have.
Yeah,
we're human.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. But
you're living through your purpose in this music, and you have a voice.
Yes.
You know, and you're touching people. They're getting emotional when they listen to your music. How does that make you feel?
I'm just humble, like, because I remember when I first started doing music, like taking music seriously, I would only have 2-3 streams.
Yeah.
And just to see like where my streams are at now, like I go like every day I'm getting thousands of streams.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then like as the weeks build up, it's more streams and more streams. And like I said, I only been doing this since the pandemic, so
that's beautiful.
Out 2020.
I know that's right.
So you know, it's 2 years, but it's like it paid off. You know,
absolutely, and it's you should be proud of yourself. Number one, and two, that's big motivation.
Yeah, it is.
It's big motivation, like you said, to go from getting 2-3 streams to now they're into the thousands in such a short period of time. If nothing else fuels you, that should keep that fuel up under you. Say, you know what, I got to keep going because people are really listening to what I have to say.
Yeah, they are. And even with World Star, like to see my video hit 3 million,
that's crazy.
I was like, wow,
that's insane, right?
When it dropped, it was like the number one. It was the number one trending video on World Star, and like millions of people was watching. I'm like, I woke up overnight and it had like a million views.
That's amazing. Like, wow. That is crazy. Congratulations. That's big too, because again, it's a major accomplishment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists out here, and no shade, but they do this for a long time and nobody's tapping in. So it's like, okay, maybe those artists might need to take another direction, but you are absolutely on the right path, doing what God called you to do.
Yeah. Yep.
So as of lately, you know, you got the new album out, got the new single out. You're traveling. Next year, I understand that you're looking at potentially starting a nonprofit organization. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I want to start a nonprofit organization that I want to launch. I already started putting together putting it together myself.
Okay.
But the nonprofit, I want to aim, like, it's youth, supporting the youth, giving back to the homeless community. Beautiful. I just want to give back, you know, like I've been blessed. I've been beyond blessed for the past couple years
Yeah.
doing music. So it's just like giving back to like my community and the communities that I'm in, like just servicing the communities. So I just want to give back, so that my nonprofit allows me to do that.
Yeah. So it'll be like you'll be collecting stuff for the homeless, feeding the homeless, things of that nature.
More me spending money giving it back to the community,
Okay.
you know. But if people wanted to give things to
Donations and stuff like that.
I wouldn't mind that. But like I said, it's more going out in the community, giving back to homeless people, those who are homeless, and speaking to the youth, going to juvenile facilities, things like that.
Absolutely.
'Cause, like I've been there. Like you know, I've been at a point in time where like it's just like I don't know, I don't know where I'm going. You know.
Yeah.
But it took people like me or somebody just to come out and just speak to me.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think people need to do that because the way the youth is now, a lot of them, their parents are social media, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because their real deal human parents aren't involved in their life as much as they should be.
Yeah.
They'll be quick to go buy them a cell phone, go buy them a tablet, a laptop, and let them do what they want. So now all their influence and guidance is coming from what they see on social media, which is not such a good thing.
Right.
So for you to be able to sit down and talk to them and maybe say, you know what, just like you said, you wrote that song for your brother because you seen him kind of going the wrong way.
Yeah.
You have to be that voice.
And actually, the kid that asked me to write that song for my brother, because his friend came up to me and asked me to write that song for him.
Wow.
So that same kid is in prison for the rest of his life.
Oh, he didn't want to see your brother, his friend, wind up there too.
Yeah, right. But when he wrote it, when he asked me to write the song, he was out.
Wow.
And he just, a few months after that, he just slipped into doing something that he couldn't go back from.
A bad situation.
Yeah. So.
And that's crazy because people get caught up in a split-second decision. They're not proactive, they're reactive.
Yeah.
And that reaction puts them in a situation where they may not ever see the light of day ever again.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of that come from like, you know, like my music is Ghetto Blues. So I talk about real life stories.
Yeah.
So growing up in the hood, growing up in the ghetto, you know, our community do not advocate for mental health.
It's so important.
So I think a lot of the issues stem from like mental health.
Absolutely.
And being mentally alert.
Right.
You know, of yourself and being able to control your emotions. So when you got a bunch of kids growing up in this day of age and nobody knows anything about mental health.
No, they don't.
How important it is, you know, you have people fall into the system.
Absolutely, because a lot of people battle with mental health and they either don't know it or they do know it, but they're ashamed to admit to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, you know, where do you see yourself, you know, transitioning with your music? Do you want to at some point maybe tap into doing film as well?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
I do want to tap into doing film. I'm glad you said that. I actually I tell people that music is my passion.
Yeah.
But writing is my gift.
There you go. So you want to do screenwriting and stuff as well?
I love to write.
That's so dope.
I love to write, whether it's poetry, whether it's screenwriting,
Yeah.
whether it's coming up with skits.
Yeah.
Writing is my true gift.
Yeah.
Music is my passion.
Listen, that's a beautiful gift because I can write. I just don't enjoy doing it. Really, because I write a lot of articles and stuff. I do a lot of blogging and stuff like that. But it's like I'm good at it. I just don't enjoy doing it. So that's beautiful that you enjoy doing it. Not only are you good at it, but you enjoy doing it.
Yes.
Do you write for other artists then?
Yeah, I do write for other artists.
Okay.
I enjoy writing for other artists. And just sometimes I don't like other artists writing for me though.
Understood.
Because like when my music is more right now, it's more in the pain side.
It's more personal to you.
So it's like, how can you tell my story better than me?
No,
You
for
can't.
real, you can't.
So I enjoy writing for other artists though.
Yeah.
Because like I'm able to tap outside of the pain and get a point of view of what they want.
Right.
What they want to perform on a track, and I try to bring that to life.
And that's big business too, being a writer for other people.
Yeah.
You know, there's people who that's just what they do is they write for other people.
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with that because, you know, a lot of these artists, when they get to a certain level, they're so busy with everything else. They may not have time to sit down and write for themselves. So they have to have a Shi Wade do it for them, you know?
Yeah.
You know, going into 2023, you know, what can we expect to see from you?
2023, I call that the year, the year of opportunity.
Okay. Creating all kinds of opportunity.
Yes. So in 2023, expect me to come out with, I'm testing new sounds for myself.
Okay.
You know? I have a new project that I'm working on right now. So I just expect me to be active. I'm going to be like, you're going to see my, I'm going to be in your face.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be in y'all face. Y'all going to be like, where's she coming from? She's just everywhere.
Hey, make them feel you. Make them see you, but more so make them feel you.
Yeah. I'm gonna really be out, you know. When I call it taking over the streets.
Nah, for real, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to be in tune because in my opinion, I think that your most organic fan base comes from the streets.
Yeah, that's still the number one way of marketing today.
I totally agree, and it's never going to change.
Yeah.
You know, if you're an artist and all you do is sit on social media all day long, like, don't expect to have a lot of longevity in this business.
Right. Because a lot of artists go viral on TikTok, go viral overnight, but when you see them perform, that it's like, you know, they did it for play. They came up with a song.
Absolutely.
And it blew up. No offense to them, you know.
No, but it's facts, though.
But it's other artists who actually take it seriously, put the time in, work on their craft for years.
Right.
Years of hard work.
Such as yourself. You've been doing this as a child.
Yeah, yep.
You know?
Yep, I've been doing it as a child, but like I said,
she said I'm a grown woman now,
yeah. I found my sound in 2020, so but I think with me finding my sound in 2020 that it came at the right time when Allah wanted it to come to me.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, it came right on time.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's what it's all about is timing. We cannot rush the process. We have to trust the process.
Yes. What my manager say, this is an over life thing, not an overnight thing.
I like that. You might want to trademark that. I do have one more question. You know, with your sound, how important is it to develop different types of sound? Because, what I mean by that, you know, when I listen to music, I'm really big on artists switching up their flows. Yeah. Meaning that during the song, I don't want you to sound the same from beginning to end. Give me a little bit of harmonizing here. Maybe speed it up a little bit here. Slow it down here. How important is it to you to incorporate that within your music?
Just recently, before when I was writing, I was in the stage of prideful.
Yeah.
I was very prideful in my own music. And when people say something like, Shi, you know, we get the pain side of you. Can we get another side?
Right.
You know, so it's right now as like right now in the stage I'm in, it's very important.
Yeah.
Switching my sound.
Because you're growing as an artist.
I'm growing as an artist. I just want to tap into those, tap into what I can really do because you never know. So being able to expand, being able to hold myself accountable and just push myself to the limit.
Absolutely, because it makes you more marketable.
Yeah.
It's going to open up so many more doors for you to either potentially have your music in movies, music in commercials, or maybe collab with artists from other genres. Now you're gaining a whole new fan base.
Yes. Yeah. It's very important, especially in today's society, because like, with Ghetto Blues and writing stories from the hood, a lot of things you talk about is like, all we see is murders,
yes.
You know, homicide. So it's like, that's what I'm getting. That's all I'm seeing. So it's like something that I talk about a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, let me try to see if I can do a love song.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
I know that's right.
A dance song. You know, what can I do?
Switch it up.
Yeah.
This is your life. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, switch it up. For the people who are really supporting you, what do you want to say to them right now?
I appreciate everybody that's been supporting. I really do. In my humblest spirit, I appreciate everybody. Because like I said, at a point in time, I only had 2 or 3 supporters.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't even get my family to spin my music. And like to have the people that are supporting me, shout out to Big Homie, you know, somebody from my community. That was pushing me to do music. So just to have like the supporters that I've had, and shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. It means so much to me to know that I have supporters.
Absolutely. Because without that, who are we?
Right.
You know, we have to always, and I think that's what keeps us grounded is knowing that without the support of other people, we wouldn't be where we're at right now.
Right. It takes a village.
It really does. Absolutely. Anybody in particular that you want to shout out to?
Like I said, I want to shout out my managers, Louis. Big shout out to you. Shout out to Mizzy. I appreciate you so much. Jetta Sky, you already know I'm gonna give you a big shout out. Jetta Sky. Shout out to homie. Shout out to Mo3. Rest in peace, the GOAT. You know, and shout out to my supporters. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my family.
Do you have a name for your supporters?
No. I haven't created a name yet.
You got to come up with a name with them.
I got to come up with a name?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something cool.
I'm going to have to think about that. That's going to be, I have to
It's the Shy Babies or something. You know what I'm saying? That's my little Shy Babies. Love y'all.
Shy Babies. I like that.
Yeah, you know, because it's like you don't want to always like be like, oh yeah, y'all my fans. No, that makes it more personal to them.
Yeah.
You know, like Nicki Minaj has her Barbs, right?
Yeah.
You got your Shy Babies or whatever you decide to come up with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm going to have to come up with something.
Dope. Tell everybody where they can follow you and where they can get the project at.
Yo, y'all can follow me on Instagram, Shi_Wade, SHI_WADE, like Dwayne Wade. Y'all already know. And then y'all can check out my music on SoundCloud, Spotify. I'm everywhere. Apple Music. Anywhere you got a speaker at, type in Shi Wade. I'm going to come on.
And there she is. She waiting for y'all.
Yeah, I'm going to come on. Y'all can check out my music there. And shout out to Coco Vango for the project, man. I really appreciate you showing me love and doing the project with me and coming out to the music video.
Yeah, that's big right there.
He actually talked to me before the music video started and just, you know, just calm my nerves down before it started. He just, you know, I appreciate that. So shout out to you.
Most definitely. Last but not least, we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast, right?
Industry.
Right. Industry's Most Wanted.
Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Tampa. I appreciate you having me here.
Of course. I appreciate you being here. But the most important question of the whole conversation, Shi Wade checking in on Sam, big Shi Wade, doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Shy Babies out there. Go ahead and tell everybody what makes you the industry's most wanted.
My sound. I mean, like, I just feel like females don't have my sound right now. Nobody's willing to talk about what I be talking about in my music. So my sound makes me the most wanted in the industry.
Period. Straight like that. Y'all heard it. We up out of here, y'all.
Yo, see y'all later. Deuces.